Joining me now on this episode of Locally Sourced EP is the owner of El Paso Card My Yard, Mr. Tom Herman. Sir, Mr. Herman, thank you for joining me today.
Appreciate you having me on, Ray.
No, I know a lot of people have been doing it more often, especially with the pandemic, by getting their front yards decorated. But what exactly is Card My Yard?
We're a premium yard card greeting service. So, definitely birthdays are kind of the bread and butter, but, we do a lot of businesses or anniversaries, graduations, things like that. Anything you can come up with for a holiday, whether it's Taco Tuesday or it doesn't matter. We can set up the sign and, just help people celebrate, spread some joy.
Nice, tugging on the heartstrings, mentioning Taco Tuesday. I'm a huge fan. What are some of the things what are some of the services or like greetings or celebrations that you guys offer or have in your bag of tricks?
Again, we can pretty much customize anything. Since it is a rental, we're fully stocked full of letters and stuff like that. So, we've done, different things for churches, schools, like I said, any businesses, realtors. We've done signs for adoption day. Just basically, anything. Just even sometimes, somebody just wants to send a sign to a loved one, just to let them know, hey, thinking about you, love you, kind of thing. And again, we've done fundraisers for schools. We've done just a lot of different things. So again, sky's the limit. As long as it's tasteful, we can pretty much do it.
Cool. Well, Ms. Herb, how did you get started in this? I mean, how did you and your wife get involved and get started with the Card My Yard here in El Paso?
So, kind of a funny story, but my wife was always looking for a side hustle. We were both working full time, and she always wanted a side hustle. And we actually got carded. It was our daughter's birthday, and my brother and sister-in-law carded our house for her birthday. And my wife was like, "Man, this is a pretty cool idea." And so we kind of started kicking around, and we looked into Card My Yard franchise, and little did we know, we actually knew the current, at the time, the current owners of Card My Yard here in El Paso, and we were just kind of picking their brain, and we were looking to open up a franchise. And when it kind of got down to it, they're like, we're kind of done with it. Would you want to just buy ours? And it was right in our area. It was kind of like already had a social media following and
Oh,
everything
nice.
like that. So yeah, we took over in April of 2019, and it was, like I said, it started off as a pretty good little side hustle, and then obviously a lot of crazy things have happened since 2019, and
Right.
um so it just kind of grew and took off from there.
Cool. I mean, that you kind of like led yourself into my next question was like, how did the pandemic affect you guys? Did it, what was business like? I'm pretty sure it was a little different with the pandemic going on, correct?
Yeah, it got crazy, and honestly, you know two unfortunate events happened that really drew attention to what we did. Obviously the Walmart shooting happened, and
Mhm.
my wife and I were actually in Dallas at the time, and right away, the franchise owners reached out to us and said, "Hey, how can we help support you guys in El Paso and everything like that?" And I'm not sure if you've seen them around town, but a lot of people have El Paso strong signs in their yards, and
Mhm.
they're shaped like Texas, and then have the heart and the El Paso strong. So we actually did that, to raise money for the El Paso Fund, and normally, like I said, it's a rental, but for that, it was like, let's show how El Paso is, and really rally. And we were able to donate over $5,000 just from that. And we were sending those signs everywhere.
Oh,
We
wow.
sent some to Europe. We sent some to Hawaii, all over the U.S. It was crazy. It was really uplifting to see how how much people cared. And so from there, we kind of gained, some exposure from that, just like people going on our social media and saying, hey, this is a kind of a neat idea. And
Mhm.
then, yeah, pandemic hit, and March of 2020, it just, our life
Yeah.
kind of got turned upside down with with all of it, because it was busy, and nobody had really anything they could do, whether it's to celebrate and to show the nurses and doctors how much people were thinking about them, or like I said, birthdays, and just reaching out to loved ones, just say, hey, love you, miss you, that kind of thing, and just to lift people's spirits, and it was really neat to see.
Yeah, I believe we were actually customers a while back, when we did one of the drive-by birthdays for one of my
Yeah,
little
yeah.
guys. We did the whole superhero theme kind of thing, and it was
Oh, right
awesome,
on.
man. And it's really
Yeah,
great the way you guys could just come out and just set it up, and it's pretty cool.
yeah, and on, like I said, it started off as a side hustle for my wife, and it was kind of at the beginning, I was kind of like, you know what, I'm going to be kind of hands off. This is her kind of thing, and even before the pandemic, we started getting busier,
Right.
and it was just kind of a weird thing. Like at first you kind of think like, oh, you're just setting up a sign in somebody's yard, but you get pictures from the customers, and you just see how excited people are, and whether it's a 3-year-old or a 90-year-old,
Yeah.
it's really something that lifts people's spirits, and just to show people that like they're thinking of them, they love them, and that they're celebrating with them.
That's so cool. I mean, just like to get that feeling and stuff like that.
Yeah,
That's just gonna be a cool feeling for you guys to have, to be able to help people celebrate whatever they're celebrating.
yeah, and probably one of the coolest moments was during the pandemic. We set up a sign for a couple had just adopted 2 children, and we just finished up the sign, and a realtor actually drove by and saw it, and he literally ran to Target and bought him a bunch of stuff for a gift and just gave it to him, like just out of the kindness of his heart, just
Oh,
seeing the
that is
sign and
cool.
just said, yeah, it was. And that's what I mean, like it at first it was just kind of like, oh, we'll just go set it up, and not like just go pick it up, whatever, and
Mhm.
and then it really turned into like, man, this is really something special. It's not just a sign, and stuff like that, and people enjoy it. And I know my kids see our see all of our inventory, but when their birthday rolls around, they can't wait to have one up in the yard and stuff like that.
Oh, that's cool. And that's not fair. They get to pick whatever they want, huh?
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
I, um, I just have to ask for myself, like, what's been like? I guess not the what's been like the I guess I don't know how to word it without sounding too mean, or like, I guess, like, what's the, I guess, like, strangest thing you've set up for? If you can answer, but if not, that's, I totally understand.
Nothing really strange. um oh, I'm trying to think. No, like I guess no, nothing really strange.
Mhm.
Because we've set up for people having parties for the Kentucky Derby. It's like Derby Day, and but yeah, it's strange, not so much.
Yeah.
Um,
I guess like maybe like more like what kind of celebrate kind of other celebrations besides like birthdays and graduations. I guess that would have been a better question to ask.
yeah,
Have you guys set up for?
we've done a lot of gender reveals. We we did one, and we were actually able to like take the video of the couple, and
Oh, cool.
they kind of walked out, covering their eyes, and we had it all covered up, and then you know taking the video with the phones and broadcasting it Facebook Live kind of thing, and kind of lifted up the covering from the sign, and just to see their joy, and stuff like that. The gender reveals are really neat, especially when they send us videos if we're not there for it, which
Mhm.
we normally aren't. But yeah, a lot of welcome home babies. Just a lot of different things. Like I said, anything you can kind of think of, we're ready to go.
Well, that's so awesome to hear. And I'll have to ask now, like, beside, like, do you guys have packages, or kind of how do you determine pricing, if I can ask?
So it's all basically set pricing. So when you go on the website, it's just Carve My Yard. You go on there, and it just asks you a couple questions about email address, the normal stuff. your address, and then it takes you to the packages, whether you want a birthday package, a say anything package. So say anything can be like what it is, you know, anything you can kind of think of for an anniversary or
Mhm.
yeah, anything you can, you know, sweet 16 kind of thing, or there's you know, anytime a holiday's rolling around, we usually have a special package for Valentine's Day or Christmas or Halloween, those types of things. We have school packages, you know, if a school is going to order a sign,
Mhm.
just little things. So it's not overly complicated. It's kind of like pick your happy birthday, or kind of, you know,
Yeah, kind of
what
like
other else
pick
you
your
might.
pick whatever you're celebrating, right?
Yeah, and then it just kind of go from there. It just goes through all of our color options and font options, and then graphics and stuff like that.
Oh, that's neat. That's so cool that you guys do this. So, and then I do have to ask, what's the best way to get a hold of you guys, or if anyone has any questions, how can they reach you guys? What's the best way?
Uh, they can always reach out to us on social media, whether it's Facebook or Instagram. Going to the website, you can also just email us, elpaso@carmayard.com, or even shoot us a text or call us. Our Carmel Yard number is 915-491-2734. Pretty
So,
easy.
oh, awesome. That's cool. I was gonna ask you for if there's a phone number, but you already beat me to it
Yeah,
then, man.
yeah, and what's also nice is, you know, the website does everything. It takes the order, it takes the payment. So, you know, if somebody's just kind of online, they can go right from their phone or computer and just do all the booking right there. You know, and if they do have questions, or if we have questions, you know, we can reach out to them afterwards. But you know, we always send out a confirmation text just to make sure everything's spelled right, or the right graphics type of thing. And yeah, then we kind of sneak in there, set it up, and wait for everyone to wake up and see their sign.
That's so cool. Oh, Miss Herman. One last question. I just thought about it right now. Do
Yeah.
you guys have like a busy time of the year? Like, is there like a busier time of the year? That way people know if they have a birthday or something they're going to celebrate around that busier time of the year. What's the busiest time of the year? So that way people can plan ahead just in case.
Probably the most hectic time is graduation. Thankfully, the school districts do a good job of spreading everything out a little bit.
Mhm.
So, you know, we can kind of facilitate everyone's need for that. But that's usually probably the most hectic time. You know, again, around the holidays like Halloween, we do a neat little boo package, and it kind of is like a pass along sign kind of thing, and that's a busier time. But for the most part, you know, we're able to do quite a few signs a night, whether it's one or two a night, or you know, we've done up. I think the most we did one evening was like 25 or 28 of them.
Whoa.
Is Yeah, it was a busy night. But yeah, no, we're able to handle a lot of volume, and you know, weekends are normally busy, and again, because they can book online on the website, you know, basically you can book a year out and whatever. And if you have to change the date, that's something easy we can do. And we normally tell people 48 hours, but you know, if they're already considering it, we just say, hey, you know what, why don't you just book now, so it's off the plate, you don't have to forget, and everything's set up and ready to go.
Oh, that sounds awesome, Mr. Herman. Thank you so much. I will include all your social media contact information in the description down
Yeah.
below. Anything else you'd like to say, Ed, before we end today, Mr. Herman?
There are 3 locations in El Paso now. So during the pandemic, we convinced some friends of ours to open up an East Side location, and there's also a location in Horizon too. So we all work together, and
Oh,
you
cool.
know, so we can cover the whole city from Las Cruces all the way out to Horizon and Socorro and places like that. So you know, we just want to make sure everyone can enjoy the signs.
All right. Well, Tom, thank you so much. You got a
Yeah.
celebration, want to do it, contact El Paso Card My Yard, description information in the description below, and you'll probably be hearing from us, sir.
All right. Appreciate it.
No
Thanks for
problem.
having me
Thank you
on.
so much.